Okay, everybody, welcome back to Coffree with John. We're here with Maya Ito again of
Again,
Aka because we had
ha-
such a good time the first time.
should I say Happy New Year or Happy Holiday?
Absolutely say all of them.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Happy
Happy
Holiday.
Holiday.
I had a Merry Christmas.
Cheers.
Cheers. Did you have
What's
a?
that?
mm, Off to a running start. Yeah, had a Happy New Year. Well, we're about to have a Happy New Year, a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy Kwanzaa. What else is there?
um, Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving. We had is there a Lunar New Year? That's in January, right?
Yes, that's a Chinese New Year. Normally, it's the older calendar we call. Yeah, I don't know. Every year it's kind of about in end of January or beginning of February. I don't know next year or this year, but since I left China a long time ago, I be honest with you, before the social media, I never know when is Chinese New Year and never celebrating Chinese New Year in United States and in Japan, and more like a go for the first day, have New Year.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But when you were in China, did you celebrate Lunar New Year? Was that
Oh yes, that for me is like really it's a memory. I remember when I was little. So in China, normally as they start like before New Year Eve, like 2 weeks ago, is people especially in the far away city or villages, they if some little rich people then raise the pig
Oh, okay.
and I don't want to say again chickens.
A lot of these people don't even know I'm the Chicken Man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's like my
So,
secret identity. This is my Clark Kent, and Chicken Man's like my Superman.
yeah, yeah. Since I live in United States, sometimes I very sensitive. Watch out my words, my vocabularies. Because in China, and we say whatever we want to say. There's no people will say, oh, watch out your words or your have the prejudice. What's that
Oh,
word?
prejudice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
prejudice. And but here we have to be careful to don't talk about people you're eating dog.
Oh,
But
yeah.
by the way, I like to share a little bit when I was little. I'm mostly very excited because before I wake, my father started preparing the New Year food. I remember one time or two time we had we raised a pig, so and you know the for celebrating the whole month and even the whole year. In the past you don't have and like any refrigerators,
hmm
so in the winter the outside the weather is automatic and naturally to keep the food fresh, but they're gonna like fry the meat and smoking harm. Yes,
Getting me hungry.
yeah, and New Year Eve and most my exciting things not about the food, um, more about exciting is like a red envelope.
Red envelope. Yeah. What's in
Envelope
the red envelope?
is the cash.
Cash. Cash.
And I remember all the parents that they go to the bank, they change hold the new money. It's like a $1, $2, and then put in the in the red envelope. Yeah. And the second, the day after dinner, just give us. It was so exciting. And the next exciting thing is the New Year in the morning. And my mother always make a new clothes for each of kids.
mm.
So back that time, not that today, every kids always buy the new clothes. So only have like 1 year, you know, give the kids the new clothes.
Mm,
I remember it's most of my exciting things.
yeah.
I'm gonna wear the new clothes in the morning and then go out. The parents will take you go out, and they go to the most of the people go to the park, and everybody, is like the group.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Showing off their new threads
Yeah,
and look at
right.
I got my envelope and my clothes.
Yeah, and then
This
sometimes,
year is only going to be good.
yeah, and then also sometimes they use your and the parents give the cash is we call 压岁钱. Um, do you mind I look up
No,
that? It's which
there's nothing
we,
official about this podcast.
okay. So that mean it's let me say I should I say I use AI chat.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
while it's still open.
No, no, because no, OA chat is really good for translation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's better than
So
Google Translate?
yeah, so I like it to show you the words. Um, mm, okay. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That reminds me of did you see the Chat GPTs being oh, here we go.
So in the 压岁钱 in English is translated to Chinese New Year money
Mm,
or lucky money.
lucky money.
Yeah, and it refers to the tradition of giving children and unmarried individual
Whoa.
money in red envelopes during the Chinese New Year festives as a symbol of good luck and blessing for the upcoming year.
I like how they lump together children and unmarried people.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
yeah, I should have another meaning, but maybe they don't know how to translate, which means, for example, you next in the new year, you gain 1 more years old.
Mm.
For example, you are 7 years old. After New Year, you're gonna be 8 years.
So wait, everybody has a birthday basically on New Year's?
So, which means this money given to you to, I don't know, it's over your age, so you gain 1 more age,
So
1 more year.
everybody's age goes up on New
Oh
Year?
yes,
So
yeah.
it's a group birthday or an
Uh,
age day.
no, I don't know. Is it the birthday? Maybe I don't know. Just
But
like
everybody's age changes on
oh
New Year's.
yes, yes.
That's what I've never heard that before.
That's why I give the kids. It's called 压岁钱.
Yeah, lucky
Yeah,
money.
yeah, lucky money.
Kids and unmarried persons.
Yeah, no, individual. But mostly like if you don't have a job, your parents will give you some money support. Use this excuse.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
to give you some. Even those day is like I give grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
So the New Year day and especially second day, people take the kids just visiting all the friends or the.
Collect those red envelopes.
Yes, kind of collecting the. Yeah, yes,
Very
yes,
sacred tradition of
yeah.
money collection.
That's it,
Put
right?
the first day you put the kids in the new clothes.
Yeah,
Second day you take them around town. Gimme,
yeah.
gimme, gimme.
Yeah, and that's a reason I didn't want to go back to China for the New Year because I have to be ready US dollars.
uh, you gotta be giving the money out.
Yes, I don't want to give too much, and I don't have the custom or the thinking anymore.
Yeah. So when you travel, you do not travel to China on New Year's. You're like, nope, that's too
No,
expensive.
no.
And you don't want to give clothes out. Do you have to give
Uh,
clothes out, or is that just your kids?
no, you have to give all the friends, every friend, especially when me come back and the friend and your brother's family. I have 3 brothers. So everybody invite you for dinner, and
Uh,
it's like in United States, you were thinking, oh, and carry one bottle of wine, but for that season, it's not a bottle of wine; it's a cash.
it's cash. So what's like the lowest amount that you can give like a brother without being insulting?
Oh, I think that is there's no rules.
There's no. So
Is
if you gave him like $1,
it's fine if your family if you don't have that much money, but mostly $1 give kids under 10 years old for just you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some in recently, what I heard, people give the money is not give the kids, it's give the parents face. I use this excuse, for example. No, I don't want to talk about it. You have a high position.
Mm.
You know, some people want to give you something. They use that as an excuse,
Oh, it turns into bribes.
kind of. And also, like a parents, if you have four brothers or one brother's family is a little bit, need to support. Maybe that time the parent will give this a sister or brothers more money than I do
Mm-hmm.
or you do because they need to support. Yeah.
Transfer of wealth. Yeah, to
Yes.
help each other.
Yes. That's a very special Chinese New Year things
The
to do.
spirit of helping each other at New Year's,
Right.
because we're all
Exactly.
getting a year older and
Oh, yes. That's called 压岁钱. Yeah.
need that lucky money.
Yeah. I need the lucky money here too.
Give me, give me, give me. My, we're just sitting here in Beverly Hills, and mine is like, we need the money, lucky money.
Yeah. We all need the lucky money.
We all need
Yeah.
the lucky. I like that phrase.
Yes.
That's a good phrase. Lucky money and new clothes. So
Yes.
that goes across all cultures.
Yeah, I think cultures is if you look look around, cultures connected
Hmm.
in different way.
I mean, culture really, it's always like people coming up with solutions to
Hmm.
universal basic human needs.
Yes,
So they're going to look pretty similar.
yes, because you need the food, you need clothes. Every basically we need all human as the same.
Yeah. And you need
Yeah.
love. You need people, and you need people to like have compassion and understanding about
Yes.
resources. Like, it's not, I mean, even if you don't necessarily need the money, it's nice that somebody goes, hey,
Hmm.
here's some money.
Yes, the money is the most, in different way. You can change it to foods. You can change
Yeah.
to clothes. Yeah. So that's why these days money is more important. Oh my God, we talk all about money.
Well, happy holidays. It's
Yeah.
money talk.
What is your is what is it called? Next year, what are you gonna your plan?
Oh,
Uh,
oh, the resolutions.
Resolutions?
Resolution. I
Yeah.
start my so 5 years ago, my New Year's resolution was to not have any more New Year's resolutions. So I've kept that
Why?
because I would try
Mm-hmm.
and they wouldn't work. Probably the last real one that I had that worked was when it turned from 2019 to 2020. I decided to quit smoking cigarettes
Mm-hmm.
because I smoked cigarettes for a long time and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't smoked since
Mm-hmm.
2020. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, no resolutions for this year, but you know what? I'll make one up since you're asking.
Oh,
Since you're
okay.
asking,
Okay.
uh,
I'm
I'll
curious.
say my New Year's resolution is, uh, you know, now like national. I'm gonna make a national breakthrough and like
Mm-hmm.
get lots of lucky money all the time. Not just one day a year. All the days can be lucky money days. Make
Every
all my
day.
all my make all my days lucky money days.
But as a chicken man, you have to give a more loud voice.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be more obnoxious and in and out of the chicken suit,
Mm-hmm.
like, in the chicken suit I'll be even more fun and obnoxious, and then out of the chicken suit I'll even be more,
Mm-hmm.
entertaining and share real experiences, and then lucky money days. And maybe I'll get some new
Mm-hmm.
get some new threads. You know, I okay, okay, I'll tell you one material resolution. So that's my material resolution, right?
Okay, yeah.
Which also includes I've never had an
Mm-hmm.
Armani suit. I've always wanted one.
Very real, very true,
Very true. And
Yeah.
like, I want to get an Armani blazer and I want to paint it because like how my other jacket's painted.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
want to get like a black Armani sport coat and I want to
Mm-hmm.
paint it so that I go around. People go, they know I'm serious.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know, they
that's
go
a very good one.
right.
Yes, yes.
So that's one. And then
Mm-hmm.
spiritually, I want human liberation. I want
Mm-hmm.
2024. Like, we've had enough time now for everybody to get the information globally about like
Mm-hmm.
the last 5 or 10 years about how the world's being ran. So in
Yeah.
2024, I'd like for us, the people, to
Mm-hmm.
take back power in a peaceful manner and
Mm-hmm.
make life better and start that trajectory of like helping people around the world, like in a real way, like restructuring infrastructures and
Mm-hmm.
alleviating suffering. And but it all starts with like stopping the brainwashing of people, and that's the main the main offense that most governments have on this planet is that they basically brainwash their citizens
Mm-hmm.
so that they don't so that they aren't happy. I mean, it's real basic. They just make them miserable. So let's like try to make people happy and
Mm-hmm.
free and have a good year. And an
Mm.
Armani sport coat with paint and lucky money every day.
That's a very good one. Yeah.
Thanks. What's yours?
I normally, yes, I like every year make a new one, you know, because you need to have a goal. So it's 1 year what the goal you have next year. For me, I have one is maybe go back to China next year to
Ooh,
see my parents because
yeah.
I haven't seen them in 5 years. My last trip was 2018. So 2018, 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 6 years. Yeah, sometimes I video my parents that got a lot of old.
They got
Yeah,
a lot of old.
lingering. Yeah, so maybe it's my next year goal so far. And spiritually, yes, I still looking for myself. Yeah, making myself healthy, especially after pandemic. I
Yeah,
think health is more important than any another thing.
not more important than lucky money.
Right.
Yeah,
Lucky healthy.
lucky. Yeah, lucky, healthy. Actually, health is number one for
Yes.
sure. And
Yeah.
finding yourself, it's like, are you in there, Maya? Are you in
Ah.
there? Where are you? You got to find yourself, and like that's where I'm like, ah, where are you? I do it to myself, like, where am I?
Oh,
Who
I
am
like
I?
that. Yeah. Mhm.
You got to,
It
yeah.
keep the journey.
Keep a journal, keep a journey
Yeah.
going of the
Yeah.
journal. Yeah, you got. Well, how close do you think you are to finding yourself?
There's no limiting, and then there's no time before you go to heaven. Yeah.
Yeah,
So every day discovering and new yourself, better or good.
I like that.
Yeah, every day is a new Maya.
Every every day is a new Maya. I mean, that's super true.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
want to be every day the same.
No, not every day
Yeah.
is same Maya.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
every day new Maya with lots of lucky money and human liberation, and you got to visit your parents, but not around Chinese New Year because then that'll cost because you got to give everybody money.
No. No.
No, you gotta wait. You gotta wait like a week. You come
Yeah.
back like the week after, and everybody's got their new clothes and money, and then you're like, "Hey, I heard you have some money. Maybe take me out for a restaurant."
I go back to the month, my birthday month.
That's good timing. You're like, I'm back. Where are my presents?
Right, exactly.
That's funny. So wait, how many brothers do you have?
I have three brothers, and I'm the only girls in the family. I'm the third kid. Yeah,
Wow. So wait,
yeah.
weren't you born? Were you born during the one child policy, or how did that work?
In my parents' time, it's not a one child policy yet, and that time is they in China and they learn about Russian Great Mother. Yeah. So my family have four kids. It's really is regularly.
Oh,
All that time, all my friends are the six sisters and eight, 9, 11. I remember I had one classmate that she has 11 brothers sisters.
wow. That's
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. In my parents' time, four is really is not that much. Yeah, it's like a
Normal,
normal. Yeah,
like normal small.
yeah. But now I heard that back to two kids open to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember reading that after however long it was, they were just having all sorts of social issues with the
Yeah.
policy because like people were like aborting daughters, and
Mm.
it there ended up being like a unnatural distribution of males and females within the population. It created all these social issues that like they hadn't predicted.
Yeah, they give a lot of try in different way to you know but you cannot stop human nature. Yeah, but
You can try.
for that, today we're not going to talk about
Bring
it.
it back to the lucky money
Yes.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Mm,
So okay, so do you have a favorite New Year? Is there one that stands out, or are they all kind of just good?
well, next year is a dragon. Chinese year. Well, yeah, it's dragon is the most, in that 12 months, I guess the dragon is not a real animal existed.
Some
Yeah,
people say that they are.
it's an imagination animal, but you can, I don't know what is the dragon, but dragon is the most powerful year. And wish we get more lucky money, really.
Ah, you hear that? It's a dragon, more lucky money.
Yeah.
Do you think they're imaginary? Because I've been reading lately that some people think
Hmm.
that dragons were real. Not that they flew and everything, but like that there was a species because they say
Hmm.
that like they actually cited the Chinese zodiac as proof that like they said, oh,
Mm.
why would they put an imaginary animal? They have 11 other real ones. And then in all these like medieval paintings in Europe,
Mm-hmm.
they commonly depict battles with dragons, and like to them they don't seem to be metaphorical. Like they
Mm.
like depict them battling giant lizards basically, however,
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever you call them. So it would seem odd. It's not out of the question that they're real, I think. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because why would they like just incorporate a mythology cross culturally with
Mm-hmm.
no irony, and then
Mm.
especially in areas where there was no need for like a fiction, you know, like there's no need for a fictional animal in the Chinese zodiac. That's a serious business, right?
Yes, I don't know about that, but I remember one time when I traveling to Thailand, I went to a very old village. One thing that about Thailand, I love it because in Thailand, it's the old state life and today modern life or contemporary life, they're all combined together still. Yeah.
Oh,
So I remember I went that village because the village that have the dragon. Yeah. So we went there to and the guide the tour take us to go to the mountain to looking for the dragon eggs and actually say they say real dragons live in a mountain in the past 1,000 years ago.
okay,
Yeah, I have that experience.
that's interesting.
Yeah. So, just leave the dragon, whatever real, but whatever faction or no faction, it just like a Jesus. We don't, some people say, they say they don't exist, but we still believe in, you know,
Yeah, well,
may,
except in the case of like,
it's
except in the
different
case of
things.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, except in the case of Jesus, he converted the Roman Empire. So it would be
Yes.
weird if it would be weird if an entire empire converted on a fiction.
Right. But very interesting those days. You can turn the fiction to non-fiction. You can turn non-fiction to the fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those days there is mix and combine those together. It's like I don't meet you every day. Some for my vision about to use fiction,
Mm.
some my vision about to use non-fiction.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, imaginary.
Yes.
Not
So.
necessarily a fiction. I know what you mean though. I mean, probably all the
No,
great things about me
no,
are
I just
true.
use that word. It's
Yeah.
not right word,
Yeah.
but I mean it's
It's true. I am that handsome
uh,
even when I'm
uh,
not here.
no, you're very handsome.
The imaginary parts.
Yeah, imagination. Yeah.
Imagination will get you through a lot of things in life. And it
Well,
does make life way more enjoyable. You just have to make sure you're not delusional.
mm, my name in Maya it means illusion.
That's right. Because we're all living in it.
Yeah.
It's such a great name because it's what we're living in.
Yeah,
The Maya.
it's easy. It's speaking of about my name Maya, because a lot of Asian people they when they come to United States and then whatever they went the school, the teacher sometimes for easy to give all the name in English name. You know, that's very funny for me. I don't want my name become like Jennifer, Rebecca. So and then I took my name. It's actually my Maya is not my original name from China. Yeah, it's my original name and Chinese name. It's a very traditional way, but I don't like it. I don't really think I'm very traditional woman. You know, I'm more liberal and more contemporary. I'm not, so a woman want to obey to any man.
Mm-hmm.
I want to obey myself.
Mm.
So I don't really like my name. But when I was in Japan, so it's time to I can change my name.
Oh,
Yeah. So and my ex-husband was a Sanskrit language specialist.
wow. That's
So
impressive.
yeah, so he picked Maya to me and said, maybe just call you Maya. And immediately I love the name because easy to writing Maya, and easy to remember. Yeah, especially I traveled around the world when sometimes you really cannot remember people's name from different countries,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So and then my two brothers have each of have one daughter. So I also give them the Sanskrit language name. One is Sarah, one is Sali. So
Mm.
I don't want them don't understand English, and the teacher give them the name, English name. Some maybe from the Christian, Christian, and some maybe from Jewish, and they don't even understand.
Yeah, yeah.
I need they understand what they mean.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
their name.
yeah. It's the name. They're not like a.
Well, don't hold me in suspense. What was your original name?
Mm, it's a Yaqing.
Yaching?
Yeah, but in Japan, the pronunciation is koto. It's a
Koto?
piano.
Oh,
Qing is piano. Yeah, have the sun. Yeah,
whoa.
yeah. That's my name.
Is it
Yeah.
Sun Piano?
It's yeah, just piano.
Just piano.
Yeah, piano is 钢琴.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So my name is Yaqing. Yeah, Qing is a kind of an instrument.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful name.
Yeah, actually, a lot of Japanese like my name, but I just too traditional.
Yeah, it was time for the new
So
you, the new Maya.
yeah, for example, in English, and as a woman's name, which name you think is very traditional?
Traditional
Yeah.
for what, America?
Yes.
Like Jane or Jennifer or,
Right.
Susan or Mary
Right,
or, yeah,
Susan. Yes.
you know.
So like, I don't want to be my name. It's too traditional.
No,
Mm,
I have like John.
yeah.
It's like not having a name.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
also, especially when you have opportunity to change your name, I think it's good because before 18 years old, your name is your parents give it to you. Also, your life is the parents support you mostly.
mm.
But after 18 or 20, your life is all live on you. So I like have the new name, new life, and new me,
Yeah.
independent.
New year, lucky
Yeah.
money, new
Oh,
name, new
Bunny
me, new
again.
Maya. You did it. So you were in Japan. So how old were you in Japan when you changed your name?
I don't want to say my age.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like 20 something. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty young. I
Was
went
that
to
something you had thought about for a long time, or did it just sort of come up?
No, I didn't. I didn't thought about. I have to change my national passport to Japanese passport.
Mm.
So I think, oh, it's opportunity to change.
Ah, that's a
Yeah,
good view. Yeah.
and when I came to the United States, I still have chance to change my name back to Chinese name,
Mm.
but I keep my Japanese name. I don't want Chinese name.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want just for the name complicated. Yes.
Yeah. And you
Mm.
changed. You were a new you.
No, I still keep Maya.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I meant like you had become Maya. So you
Yes.
didn't want to like go back to the Chinese name.
No, no.
That'd
That's
be put in reverse.
no, 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 because that's my parents gave it to me. Yeah. A secret.
Do they know?
Uh, oh no, 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 no,
They
no.
know now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How did they
Mm.
hand? Did they take it well when you said, "By the way, my
Now
name
when I
is"?
go back China, my family still call my Chinese name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Did they register any judgment on your name change?
No,
Okay.
no, no. They're very open for that. Yeah.
So it was all
Are we
good.
good?
Yeah. So we covered that. I like that.
Mhm.
No, that's a good story because a lot of people do change their. I almost changed my name once.
What do you want to change?
Well, okay, mine's embarrassing
Uh,
because okay, this is so stupid. So in 2006, I got famous on MySpace,
mm-hmm.
right? And I got famous in stand up and on YouTube as a character I was playing, and the
Mm.
character's name was Johnny Ska, right?
Okay.
So here's how it came about. So in 2005, I was at the end of my military service. I was an
Mm-hmm.
officer. I was stationed at Fort Knox, and
Mm-hmm.
my brother and I had discussed a plan to for me to leave the military, and we would start doing stand up comedy together.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing stand up comedy while I was still in the army in Louisville.
Yes.
So the first night I showed up to do stand up comedy, you have to put your name on the list, and
Mm.
I didn't want to put my real name because I thought like, oh, maybe it'll get me in trouble with the army or something. It was stupid, but I could
Mm.
have used my name. But so I was like, well, John Scalia. I was like, oh, you know what, Johnny Scott. That sounds like a '50s like cool like rebel name.
Okay.
So I was like Johnny Scott,
You
and
think
like
that will be wise?
yeah, I was like that'll be a cool stage name. And then it turned out it was a cool stage name. I was right.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I moved to LA to live with my brother and do stand up, he took a character name. His name's Jameson Scalia, so he became Jimmy Ska. So we became
Mm.
the Ska Brothers,
I
like the
see.
music, and then it took off like on MySpace and YouTube. We became the Ska Brothers, and we got
Mm-hmm.
famous on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got so, and we were the first generation of like social media
Mm-hmm.
famous people.
Yeah.
So we didn't know how to handle it. We were just going crazy with the fame. And
Mm-hmm.
so like about a year and a half into it, like so at that point, like we didn't know what we were doing and nobody could relate, and like we were losing our minds basically, and like
Mm-hmm.
we were like out of money but we are still famous, but no, but this is before people knew you couldn't monetize on the internet. Like
Mm-hmm.
nobody, everybody thought it was stupid, even though we were
Mm-hmm.
getting all these views. Everybody thought it was like the dumbest thing, like, oh well, that's just MySpace, like who cares if you get like 10 million views on MySpace. We're like, no, it
Mm-hmm.
really matters. And they're like, no, it doesn't. Everybody's like, no, it doesn't matter. So we were going around getting really famous and everybody was mad at us telling us it
Mm-hmm.
didn't, so it was driving us insane. And so
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point, I said, we talked about it. We're like, dude, we should change our names to the characters. We
Mm-hmm.
should go all in. And like, we were gonna go down to City Hall and change our names to the names of the characters, but we didn't have enough money for the fee because we were these artists who weren't getting paid. So
Mm-hmm.
I forget, it was like $100 to go change your name, and all we had was like $20. And we're like, dude, if I had had $100 that
Mm-hmm.
day, I would be Johnny Ska right now, which would be like the dumbest thing I ever did in my life. But I totally was gonna do it. My brother was gonna change his name, and
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So not nice and inspired, like, oh, I want to leave tradition behind and like be Maya, and like I have my husband gave me a Sanskrit name and it's beautiful and inspired. Mine's like, man, money, money, money. Like, oh, I got MySpace famous. Let me change my name like a dipshit. But that was a hell of an ego trip. The
Mm-hmm.
Scott, because I was like headlining comedy clubs and like
Mm-hmm.
dude, it was crazy. It was a crazy ride, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, it was an ego trip for sure. And ego
Mm-hmm.
trips make you make stupid decisions. It's like doing cocaine all the time, but more. Like
Mm-hmm.
imagine if you did cocaine like 24 hours a day for like a year and a half straight, and and people liked you doing it. Like you just walk
Mm-hmm.
around like, ah, like I mean, yeah, like the Chicken Man's like
Okay.
nothing. The Chicken Man's like disciplined. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm in a suit, like I'm rambunctious, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
friendly. Like no, like Johnny Scott was like, he was like a one man Viking. Like he'd just come in and be like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like this and like that, and like yeah, like super alpha,
Mm-hmm.
and people liked it. In fact, they liked it a lot. That was the problem because they
Mm.
enabled me. They enabled me, Maya. It wasn't my fault.
I see.
No
I see.
responsibility on me.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
No, all the responsibility on me. That's a joke.
By the way, speaking of chicken man,
Mhm.
because of my understanding, and you from you know very good school, but how you become the chicken man, fascinated about the chicken man,
Oh, like the
uh,
deepest portions,
or
or like
whatever.
the
Just yeah.
so so me and my brother were walking around one day at the end of all that stand up,
Mm-hmm.
and we were like, so stand up was like it was clear that like it was going to be difficult for us to continue to
Mm-hmm.
book gigs because we were too free. That we were way too
Mm-hmm.
free for the stand up clubs and like shoot our mouths off, and they just wanted like an act, like a
Mm-hmm.
safe act.
Mm-hmm.
And because I came out of the military, I knew too much, and I was like telling state secrets on stage and
Mm-hmm.
crazy shit. And so we were walking around. I was like, well, I'm going to tell you the truth. So I've been getting abducted by aliens like my whole life, which this video will come out later, like because I did an interview with Birds Aren't Real about all the
Mm-hmm.
abductions, and I've told people about the abduction. So when people finally see this video, they'll have already seen the other one that I did that talks about that. So for the longest time, I was getting abducted by aliens, and one of the things they would do when they would take me in is they would put me into a room that was a hologram, and there would be one thing wrong in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would and there would be three grays on the side, and
Okay.
they would say pick out the thing that's wrong in the room. So it could be something simple like a light switch would be horizontal instead of vertical, right? And I go,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's wrong. Then as soon as I do that, the whole hologram would collapse,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would be there and they would be like, you made the right choice, and then they would put another scene up and go, there's one thing wrong in here, find it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they did that, and then so when I came back into conscious life, I remembered that, and I said, oh, I talked to my brother about it, and I said, I think the best way to break the matrix is to make sure there's one thing wrong. There
Mm-hmm.
has to be one thing wrong in the situation that doesn't belong at all.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can do that, it breaks the whole illusion, the Maya. It destroys the Maya. This is how we're going. It
Mm-hmm.
destroys because the Maya is an illusion. Now
Yes.
it's an
Yes.
entertaining illusion, and if it's not being manipulated improperly, it's
Mm-hmm.
perfectly enjoyable. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is in this particular reality on Earth, the Maya is being manipulated by malevolent forces in a lot of circumstances, and so
But you're talking about the Maya in South America Maya or
the Maya in
yeah.
terms of like
Mm.
the illusion of reality,
I see.
the
Yeah.
holographic reality
Mm-hmm.
that we live in, the interactive
Mm-hmm.
molecules that we live in. And so the idea that we came up with is like, oh, you know what? If we go around randomly in these as outrageous characters and we just show up in reality unannounced,
Mm-hmm.
it will break the reality for people. It will break their brainwashing. So we
Mm-hmm.
started doing it in like 2010, and we did various different characters, and it was super effective. We did it in Santa Clarita, we did it in Hollywood, we did it in Beverly Hills.
Mm.
I first got famous in Beverly Hills in 2012.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah, it
see.
was a
It's
long time ago.
been like 10
It's been
years.
over 10 years.
Yes.
Now I did different versions, and then we split up, and I was like, I found the Chicken Man because I used to do it as a Clown Man and a couple others,
Mm.
and my brother would go around as a king and as
Mm.
Uncle Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And then I switched it to when I came down to do it alone, because we were more effective separately. Because
Yeah.
you used to take two of us to do all of Beverly Hills,
Mm.
right? So it would take two, but we got so good at it that we split up into different cities because we could cover a whole city on our own.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
then when I came down here, I was like, I basically meditated and asked God. I was like, well, what's the most entertaining thing? He's like a chicken suit. He's like, the
Mm.
funniest thing is just a guy in a chicken suit. Like, what's on paper, what's funnier than just a guy in a chicken suit in Beverly Hills randomly? That's like the
Mm.
funniest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, that sounds funny to me.
Mm.
So I put it on, I started doing it, and it worked, and people loved it. And it was still crashing. It was still
Mm-hmm.
crashing the Maya,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it wasn't negative. Like a lot of people,
Mm.
they go when they get upset with the system, they go, "Oh, I have to crash," and they become like a terrorist. They go to
Mm-hmm.
a violent means, but that's not the thing. They go to violence because they want to affect the reality. And I was like, well, I want to affect the reality, but I want to do it peacefully.
That's very deep, and you really have a very deep thinking to doing things, but it's like very casually to present that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not just a funny chicken man walk around the street. Yeah, there's so much many and meaningful things inside the spirit.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
yeah. I've been thinking. Oh, I kind of like to ask the question. Yeah, for that with you.
thanks.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That here's a chicken man story. You want to find more chicken man, more stories? Come to talk to John.
That's true. That is true. So you gave birth to yourself with the new name, and my
Mm.
chicken man, I hatched myself out of my own egg.
It's the same.
It's a rebirth
Yeah,
story.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
rebirth.
rebirths, and
Rebirth.
that's really what the
Yeah.
holidays are about. Like like Christmas is the self activation. It's
Yes.
like the birth,
Yes.
and then you get like a week to like
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh, I do have a soul, and I can be reborn, however you want to define that. And then on
Mm-hmm.
New Year's Day,
Mm-hmm.
okay, now you're right, you got reborn. You got reborn for the
Mm-hmm.
new year. That's kind of like
Yes.
the American calendar of it, you know.
Mm.
And instead of like New Year's isn't a money day, but it's a celebration day of like,
I think the money or something is just add the pressure, enjoyment to just make everybody happy. It's a festival.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
celebrating days. It's a holiday. Yeah, that's why I like holidays because those days people not appreciate your life. Every day the same. Because I still like the back to the oldest day when we're eating, meat and not every day. We need eat celebrating good foods once a while because every day you have the same thing you not appreciate, and then those day everybody get a problem. They eat more and they get more sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have spent the money to go to to lose weight. Yeah, so that's interesting. I still like the oldest day, the celebrating days and the holidays. Yeah, I wish we could thinking about that back to the old days, you know, and give the, you know, to this. I don't want to be like old people because old kids need to appreciate. But yeah, that's the thing is you're just talking about brown washed, because you're talking a few times about the brown washed. That made me think of what do you think brown washed and education was different?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, it varies because
Yeah,
I've had different forms of education, and
yeah.
some of the forms of education were brainwashing,
Mm-hmm.
and some were liberation.
Yeah.
Now, okay, here's the easiest example. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
so West Point that I went to, their teaching methodology
Mm,
was about self liberation, and
mm,
I'll explain is, so they have this thing called the Thayer method, and the Thayer method is that,
mm.
okay, let's say today, let's say right now this is math class, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's
Mm-hmm.
Professor Maya, and this
Yes.
is math class, right? And
Okay.
you're the teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm showing up, and it's calculus class.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the homework that I get assigned for today's class, I
Mm-hmm.
did it last night. At West Point, you do the homework before you show up to class. You do the
Mm,
homework before you get taught. You
mm-hmm.
teach yourself the subject prior to showing up to class. And when you show
Mm,
up to class, your teachers are there to answer your questions and to help you learn what you learned on your own.
mm-hmm.
So that was extremely difficult to learn because these are very advanced topics and they have very high standards at the
Yeah.
place, and they expect you to teach yourself. So like I'm learning like nuclear physics, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I have to learn this on my own first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas all of my other education was the opposite. I would
Mm-hmm.
show up to class, and my first exposure would be the teacher going, hey, this is today's lesson, I'm going to teach you about this. Tonight's homework, you go home
Mm-hmm.
and like you do the questions, and then we'll figure it out. But that didn't work because that's just me trying to figure out how they were thinking. And
Mm-hmm.
when I learned to teach myself, then I actually had to go, oh, what's my internal process for me learning? I had to create my own process in my
Mm-hmm.
mind of like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, how do I approach this? Because at first it's extremely intimidating to go, well, I'm ignorant of this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to approach it, and then I expect that at the end somehow magically I'm going to know how to do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But once I did that enough, then I realized, oh, they're teaching me to liberate myself because now I can just walk into a library, I can pick a book, and I can figure out how
Mm-hmm.
to do something. And most people who have quote unquote educations, they can't
Mm-hmm.
do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
especially most of the educations that the giveaway that it's brainwashing is if their only goal is to prepare you for compatibility into the system. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, well, you'll have a job, or like this will take care of this like utilitarian need. Like
Mhm.
I think it was Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, uh, "Education is not the filling of a pail; it's the lighting of a candle."
Mm.
So if you're getting
Mhm.
your self activation happening, then it's
Mhm.
education. If you're just
Mhm.
being told how to be productive in society, then you're just being brainwashed on the bad side, or just generally like turned into a cog.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, because why I ask the question, because I very lucky to live in different countries. For example, between United States and China, and when especially when you go back China, you come to United States young age. When you go back China, the people they never out of the country, so they will say, "Oh, you're brown washed by America." Do you understand?
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and also when Chinese come to United States, they say, "Oh, they're all brown washed by Chinese government."
Oh
You
yeah,
know, so that making me always thinking what is brown washed and what is
yeah.
education.
Well, if you can
Yeah.
criticize the people, if you can
Mm-hmm.
criticize the authority that's teaching you,
Yes.
most of the time that's not brainwashing. If you can say you taught me and I think you're wrong,
Yes.
and I'm not even gonna follow you anymore, then it's
Yeah.
not brainwashing,
Yes.
right?
So that's really it's very big a subject we need to aware. And I always thinking and education is more important.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say if somebody gives you information that allows to liberate your behavior,
Yeah.
that's education.
Yeah, I like that. Maybe it's education is information. As much as you get more information, as much and you know better, knowledgeable.
If it's
Uh,
if it leads to liberation, because
mm-hmm,
because they can give you the illusion of giving you the information, but it's all
mm-hmm,
safe information because they want control,
yeah.
and that's like a more insidious form of brainwashing, where you
What?
think you're getting educated but you're not.
Yeah. But for example, AI is very interesting now. It's um, I did a little bit tasting. I asked AI Google about me. Yeah, but I found the AI giving the information about me. It's not it not even 50% right.
Wow.
Yeah, because I realized that it's even AI he collecting the information and put all the information and organize the language about the person. So how we avoiding AI collecting? If you don't put more information in the AI, you less information. As much you put more information in it, you have more. You know. So I don't know is it AI is good or bad. You know.
AI,
But
yeah.
but I don't trust in fully
No.
AI.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not even well developed yet.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. It's like
Yeah.
the beta.
That's
Yeah,
a is still on database level.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
So I got trained in AI
that's why I noticed that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
neural networks, and so I understand the difference between like machine learning and neural networks. I mean,
Yeah.
neural networks are technically machine learning, but basically, it's like right now it's just a tool, and it's not a good one yet.
Is it
And
just a tool or just a technology every day is
yeah,
changing? Yeah.
once you see the
Mm-hmm.
programming tree, like you'll realize, oh, it's basically just like it's like funneling your question to like a
Yeah.
predetermined area, and
Mm-hmm.
it's collating through a lot of information, which is useful. Don't get me like
Mm-hmm.
certain things are very useful. I've used Chat GPT to like write
Mm-hmm.
Boilermaker contracts,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's a bunch of bureaucratic things it can do.
Mm-hmm.
I've experimented like using it as a creative sounding board for writing scripts and like things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So it's like it's a good tool, and in the future, it for sure will become like, in the short term future, as they like ramp it up according to Moore's law with like the technology
Mm-hmm.
acceleration, which is probably what they've been doing in the R&D sections of like Google and IBM for like 30 years. They just didn't tell us.
Oh, that's a little bit difficult. Too much just thinking about it.
Yeah,
It's a too a huge, bigger range to talk about the AI.
yeah,
Yeah, but for my so far my level, I find out the AI GPT. very good for translation. Yeah,
Mm.
especially I think AI is good for people and want learning a language. I think right now I really like it sometimes as my assistant to use it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very quick. It's like right now I want to know what ya switching means. But and before I use Google Translate, but Google Translate more like a machine translate.
Hmm.
But AI Translate and they're really good. Yeah, especially me as English is not my first language. It's my third language, not even second. My second language Japanese,
Mm.
and the third language in English. I sometimes I want writing my grammar is totally right, and I use AI correcting for me. But I think it's really good.
Mm. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm. So we talk about a lot of things, and I mean, it's
yeah.
from New Year's Day and to like what we're up to like a name change,
Rebirth,
character
character
change,
change, rebirth, AI.
AI, so many subject. I like always talk to you because many subject we never ending, never thinking the time. It's and the first time I feel like you told me 30 minutes. I said 30 minutes. What a good time.
Yeah, how are we ever going to fill 30 minutes?
Right, even for
Yeah.
me, and the 10 minutes. I think a lot. I have to, thinking about the steps one, two, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you're very good at leading people talk.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're very talented and well skilled. Yeah, thank you so much, and I can and explain a lot of things. Yeah, under your lead.
Oh, well, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure taking you under my lead again.
Oh,
It was
thank
it was
you so
so good.
much.
It
Yeah.
was so good. I learned so much. I think maybe some people watching learned some stuff. I learned some stuff. So I bet some other people did. Do you have anything else to say here before we're going into the new year? We're close. What do you think? Is there any parting words of wisdom from Maya Ito here?
No, I just go to home and maybe do some like I like in the holiday relax at home and pick some movie I didn't have time to watch, and also like learning some quiet meditation. I normally holiday I don't eat that much.
Hmm.
Yeah, I try not eat.
Okay.
Yeah, and I try to be more appreciate the food. Yeah, but this year I haven't eat turkey yet. Now I'm want eat turkey.
Eat turkey. Okay. Turkey and movies. I like it.
Yes.
All right. Well, everybody, I hope you guys have a great new year. Whenever you see this, you're awesome. And I hope you get a bunch of lucky money. Just kidding. Human liberation,
Yeah.
everybody. Take care.